Good morning. I'm Brett, and welcome to my backyard. Today we're going to be looking at one of our pea plants we have going here. This is a sugar snap pea, and this is a great variety to grow. As you can see, it grows very well. Needs a little bit of a trellising to climb on. I've just got some little garden twine here holding it up. This is actually not a very good brand that I used this time. You can see how loose it's already gotten, and it hasn't been here very long. You may want to use a little stouter twine or something for it to trellis on. Some wire, some like cattle panel is good. Uh, Lattice is good, or like we are trying to do with our Three Sisters planting variety, interplanting it with the corn to use as a stalk is also a good idea to get this one going. But this one, we just used a couple of stakes. I think I'm going to have to figure out some way to go on up. This variety can actually reach about 6 feet tall. And as you can see, it's already outgrown my small trellis here just this past week. And so we're probably going to have to get a little taller, something for it to climb on here. But we're going to harvest a few of these peas first because they're starting to get ready. I'd like to enjoy some more fresh vegetables out of our garden. You know, that's part of the reason why we're growing this stuff, is we want to enjoy good quality vegetables. Just takes very little effort for these, and they can produce something that's far superior to what you're going to find in your grocery store. We know what has been put on these. These are just with our dirt here, our natural soil. We haven't put any fertilizers, any chemicals on these, and they are growing quite well. And so what I want to show you today is just a couple of differences in these sugar snap peas. Our first one here, this is a really good one. I'm going to use my scissors. You can pop these off. Be careful if you haven't done it by hand before. You don't want to tear your vine, because as you can see, we've got some flowers still up here. We want these things producing peas for the months to come. So I'm going to use some scissors to get them a little more carefully removed. That way we don't damage it. We keep the production going. It's another reason for removing these, not just because we want to have them for supper tonight, but we want it to keep producing. And as long as these are on the vine, it's going to be putting a lot of energy into these rather than producing more. So we're going to be picking some in succession as they come along. That way we can enjoy them for quite a while. And so this is a perfect example right here. I'm just going to go up under this flower here, snip it. Great pea here. Look at the color on that thing. And a good thing to note is you look at the thickness here of this pea, that when the peas develop inside, you can either eat this one raw or whole, or you can shell them. I remember spending many hours when I was younger on Grandma's back porch shelling out peas. But these, I usually like to eat them whole, and we just put them in a salad, or we may cook up if we've got a bunch of them. But if you do want to shell them, you'll notice down here, this is kind of like a little string hanging off the bottom of the pea. You can just take that there, and well, of course, that's going to not work out for me since I'm trying to show you. But you grab it, and you can just pull that little string up. And maybe I should have gotten a different one. That didn't work out very good for me. But from either end here, there we go, maybe that'll work. And you can do this here, and that makes it a lot easier to get inside if you're wanting to shell those peas. Let's see if I can get it on the camera here. You see those peas inside there? Oh, y'all have to forgive me here. Alrighty. See, look at those good, sweet peas there. Now you'll notice the size of them. There's they're filling out the shell quite nice, but maybe if I break it in half, we can see easier. You see how there's a little bit of room left there around them? We want to leave just a little bit of space in them. When you pick them, there should be just a little space. You can squeeze on them, and the pod should be pretty full, but have just a little bit of give there. And look at that string is trying to come off there now that I didn't want it to. Look at that, how easy that was. Anyway, when they're at this stage, this is the ideal pea to pick. Firm, just a little bit of give. As you can see, there's a little bit of space around that pea. And like I said, these are good. You can just eat them whole, or you know, you can shell them if you prefer them that way. But that's the ideal pea. Enjoy that real quick. I'll get another one here for us to look at. Now, here's one. This one's a little early, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick it just to show you. There. That you'll see how much thinner this one is. How it's not filled out. It's got the good color. It's got a good squishiness to it, but it's very thin, not developed. And you'll notice how much space there is around that pea. Whole bunch of space there. Now, these are still good. Some people like them at this range. Good and sweet. From that small up to the ones we just picked, they're very sweet. Now you may ask, well, I forgot to pick for a couple days. So you may end up with one like this one here. And this one is a little bit overdone. You see how swelled out that is there? Very thick. Doesn't have any give. Very, very stout. See if we can break it open here. And you'll notice that pea is occupying the entire space there. Now, these are still good to eat. They're going to be a little less sweet, and they're a little stiffer. Some people may prefer that. But let's see if I can open this up. See how they are just completely, see that there? They are completely taking up the entire inside of the pod. Now this will be later in the season. We're going to hope to get some like this one, because we do want to save some seeds to be able to regrow for next year. You know, that's one important thing about our home gardening, is once a variety grows and it's acclimated to your soil and your area, these varieties that end up sprouting will be better ones for next year's seed crop. You know, when we buy seeds sometimes at the store or we order them, these are good varieties, but you'll notice that not all of them sprout. You're going to have a lot more of our naturally grown ones here sprout, a lot higher rate. They're going to be, like I said, better suited to your area if they grow from your garden. And so we're going to, later in the season, save some of these, and I'll do a whole show about seed saving for next year's gardening later. But hope that answered a few questions today. And as you see, I've got several peas to go. We're going to have a good supper with them tonight. Don't know what's going to go with them, but we know we're at least going to have peas. And if y'all enjoyed that video, please leave me a comment below. If you haven't yet, like and subscribe. That really helps us a lot. We appreciate that. And we'll catch y'all next time.